Hello and good afternoon. This is your host Gabe, and welcome to Casual Coffee Talk, where ideas, insights, stories, and experiences are collected and shared with you. I'd like to open up this episode just with a statement that life is full of experiences. Now, when exploring that concept that life is full of experiences, what does that mean? Stories, insights, and ideas, exactly what this podcast is about. So the thing is that when we're constantly learning, we're trying to figure out our way around the world and our place in it. And that makes us the eternal student in this lifetime. But other than that and being a student, what about the experience part? Traveling to another country, that definitely opens your perception of other things too. So with me right now, I have my friend Leo, who is a foreign student from Britain. And he is over here to give us some thoughts about what it's like between living in England and living in San Diego, California. So welcome to the show, Leo.
Sounding boss.
Well, just having my coffee alongside with you, and I'm glad that you are here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Uh-huh. Perfect. So I know that you're from England, and where are you from over there? I know that there's it's separated in provinces or something, right?
Yeah, I'm from the city of Leeds, called Leeds. It's in Yorkshire. It's like northern England. Obviously, most people just know about London.
Yes.
Especially, so I don't know. I like to educate people about the rest of England.
Yeah, that it's just not London.
Yeah.
Got it. How long have you been in the U.S. for?
I've been here about 4 years, nearly 5 years now. Moved here when I was 20, 25 now.
Yeah, cool.
So, a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it's been some time. So how exactly did you get here, and why did you choose to study abroad?
So my parents and my two sisters originally moved here.
Yeah.
When I was 15. But I chose to stay in England at the time. And then I originally was in university in England, but I ended up dropping out to work full time. And then after a couple of years, I decided I wanted to go back to school, and I thought the best option would be to move here and get the support of my parents as well.
Yeah, got it. So it's kind of like you came over here to be with family?
I wanted to go back to school, and I thought it was coming here would be the best option rather than trying to balance working full time and going to school full time as well.
Got it. Wow. It's quite a change, definitely. At least I would think so. Just from just moving to a whole other country, because you've lived in England all your life, right?
Yeah, my whole life, the same city. So I pretty much lived in the same area for the first 20 years of my life.
Wow.
I didn't know any different, honestly. And I never really went abroad more than a handful of times. And even then, that was when I was really young as a kid.
Yeah. Did you think that you were going to either be living in England all your life,
That's what I thought originally, especially when my parents moved away. I made the decision to stay in England at 15, so I thought that was the permanent situation. And then, it wasn't. It was a hard decision to decide to move here at 20.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. It was probably the biggest decision I've ever made, honestly.
Yeah. No, I hear ya. I mean, the way I see it too, I mean, just changing your whole, living situation is a big deal. I mean, it's your life.
Yeah.
It is a life decision. And, choosing to, again, in tandem with that idea, living in a whole other country where you have to learn new cultural norms, meet a whole new set of people, and I guess, acclimate yourself to a whole different surrounding.
Yeah, I didn't really expect it to be as difficult as it was, because obviously we're both English-speaking countries.
Yes.
But so my first issue was my accent was a bit of a problem with people, especially.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because obviously my accent isn't the accent you think of when you think of an English accent. 'Cause
Really?
Yeah, because I have the Northern English accent.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean,
No.
you sound like if you were talking to anybody over here and you asked them where do you think you're from, I think they would say England.
Actually, you'd be surprised. I'd say like 50% of the time they think I'm Australian.
Really?
And a lot of the time, some people think I'm Scottish, which is a bit closer because my city is. I like to describe to people my accent as a mix between Scottish and English
Uh-huh.
because it's like in the middle of. It's just under Scotland, my city.
Oh, yeah.
So it's in between London and Scotland, so it's kind of a mix.
So the accent that I guess you're talking with right now, is that how you normally talk when you're at home, or?
No. Like this is me trying to speak as clear as possible.
Really?
The way I usually talk is a lot faster. I wouldn't say slang. I use more slang words, but
Uh-huh.
the way I pronounce certain words is different,
Really?
and the words I choose is different.
Hmm.
But obviously, I've gotten used to how I need to speak to American people so they can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. Because it doesn't always work out
Yeah.
sometimes, especially with new people. They don't really
Uh-huh.
expect. I think it's because they don't expect the accent
Uh-huh.
at first. Like, obviously, I'm half Filipino,
Yeah.
and there's so many Filipinos here, so they just probably expect, either a Filipino accent or an American accent.
Oh yeah, this is it's not
And then I hit
San Diego's
him
not
with
called
the-
Manila
I hit-
Mesa for nothing as far
Exactly.
as Mira Mesa.
And then I hit them with the English accent. It's like, whoa, what is the guy trying to say?
Wow. Can you give us just like I guess a quick sample of how you actually normally talk at home? Like describe the weather.
Describe the weather.
Yeah, with the way that you normally talk, because
Well-
just to give us an idea of how different it is to I guess talk over here in San Diego as opposed to talking in your hometown Leeds.
If I was going to use the wording for the type of weather, the weather's a bit nippy tonight. Or the weather's a bit nippy in it.
Mhm.
Or if I'm going to say the usual sentence I give as an example is, I'm off to the shop to buy a can of Coke.
I like barely caught that. I had to think about that for a bit.
I'm off to the shop to buy a can of Coke.
Uh huh.
And that's even, and like, I'll probably say it a bit faster than that usually,
Uh huh.
but I'm on the spot, so it's kind of like, yeah. But I'm off to the shop to buy a can of Coke.
Coke, right?
Yeah, because there's certain words that, so we don't, when, like the word, we usually skip over that word, and it's like,
Mhm.
it sounds like I'm off to the shop.
Oh wow.
And
So almost like I guess kind of like a really really small hiccup.
Yeah. But it's just stuff like that, little
Yeah.
details like that in sentences that can
Yeah.
really throw people off sometimes. So when I first moved here,
Yeah.
I didn't think, oh, I have to change the way I speak because everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
So I'd speak like that, and I have quite a soft-spoken voice too, so that doesn't help. But so I'd speak like that, and when I first moved here, it was like, excuse, can you repeat that? What did
Yeah.
you say? So, and then it took me time to adjust the way I speak to so people can understand.
Yeah. No, I hear ya. So I mean, as far as what I'm getting, the way that I guess they talk where you're from, a little bit faster.
Faster, some words are pronounced differently, some words are just not said at
Yes.
all. Some words that you've never heard of, I guess.
Well, when you said that the weather's nippy,
Nippy.
nippy, I mean, I think of like honestly, I think nipples.
Nipples.
Yeah, because it's like okay, well, when it gets cold, I'm not, your nipples get hard. I mean, that's what happens when you're in cold weather, and
Maybe
that's why
that's where it's derived from. I'm not too sure
I
of the
don't
origins.
know,
but-
or like maybe the cold weather has like, a bite to it, so it nips at your like your ears or your fingers,
Could
nips
be
at
it.
your neck, kind of like a bite. I don't know. It's either, think about it. It's like nipples or biting. Okay, wait, never mind. That sounds weird.
I can
But-
see it.
Okay, but yeah, that's the way that I think about it. But if I were to describe the weather, I'd say that it is on the chilly side.
On the chilly side.
It's cloudy, somewhat gloomy, Now, when you live in San Diego, we're just used to, sunshine.
Sunshine.
Now we're the sunshine state.
Exactly.
So that's the way I would see it. But other than that, yeah, just gloomy, cloudy, a little bit cold.
Not nippy.
Not really nippy. That's that's one of the furthest things from my mind. Just to clear that up with the viewers and our listeners. Before I continue, I know for a lot of people when we actually describe, England or we refer to it, is it wrong to use, I guess, the terms Britain and England interchangeably, or they're considered different? What would you say?
Like I wouldn't correct some. Well, I probably might correct someone over it, but I wouldn't. It's not like a big deal. But obviously, England is in Britain.
England
but
is
not
in Britain.
all British people are English.
Really?
Because we have, obviously, Britain's comprised of Scotland,
Yeah.
England, Wales, which not a lot of people know about for some reason,
Uh-huh.
and Northern Ireland.
Hmm.
But yeah, it seems like, but it doesn't. Anyone can call me British or English. It doesn't matter. But I guess if you were Scottish and someone called you English,
Uh-huh.
they might take offence,
Oh.
depending on how proud they are of their heritage or stubborn they are.
Yeah, I see. So I guess a comparison idea would be if someone were to say, well, I'm from, I'm from Mexico, but I'm actually, like, if Mexico, since it's right next to the US, but it's still part of North America, if someone said, well, I'm from abroad, I'm from Mexico, and then someone just thinks that, okay, well, are you from the US or are you just North American? I don't know, we're all part of the same continent and they're neighbors with us, so I mean,
Technically, you're American, Southern American, right?
yeah.
But
No,
you
where
wouldn't
we
say-
are, it's Baja California. We're right next to the border. Or I guess if someone were to say that, they're from, Mexico, but they've been living in America, they might say that they're American,
Yeah.
possibly.
It just depends how you
know.
identify it yourself.
Yeah.
I've been here for like 5 years, but
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't say I'm American.
Mhm.
I would consider myself British.
Yeah.
I'm a resident of California,
Yes.
of America. I live here. I'm allowed to live here permanently,
Yeah.
according to my green card. It says permanent resident, so technically I could say I'm American, but it depends how you view it.
Yeah, or where you want to identify with.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Got it. Very cool. Very cool. So, Leo, what was your experience like when you first moved to the U.S.? Like, what was your perception of Americans before you moved, as opposed to, I guess, living here now 5 years later?
So, when I first moved here, I didn't really know what to expect. All I knew about Americans was from TV. So I guess my first sort of impression of when I first moved here was like, it was like I was living in a TV show. 24/7.
Really?
Yeah. Like hearing all these American accents around me.
Uh huh.
I don't know, it just felt kind of surreal at first.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, all TV is American pretty much in England. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it is.
Uh huh.
And that's all I knew of America was from TV.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, it was like living in a TV show 24/7. It was kind of creepy at first. Not creepy, but it was kind of like weird.
Yeah.
Another thing was the weather. The hot weather really threw me off at first. Because all I was used to was cold, rainy weather. All my clothes would ball cold, rainy weather.
Yeah.
I think I owned like one pair of shorts.
Oh really?
Yeah. And I know that took some getting used to.
Well, again, you are in the sunshine state.
Yeah.
You
Like I
know.
knew it was gonna be sunny, but I knew it was gonna be warmer. I didn't expect it to be as hot as it was.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I know for us in San Diego, it's either going to be summer or spring.
some more spring.
That's what we like to say around here. The weather doesn't really change too much, and when it does rain, I mean, hey, we welcome it. And I guess the definition of us having, cold weather, it's, great for other people who are used to it. You know, we're like a little spoiled over here.
I don't know.
As far as weather.
Like today is like people here would consider this cold,
Yes.
and this is like decent weather where I'm from. It's a
Oh,
t-shirt weather. Where I'm
Really?
From. Yeah. 100%.
Well, there you go.
It's not as sunny
Uh-huh.
as it can be in England. We have like this jerk that we have like 2 days of summer
Oh yeah.
in like June,
Mhm.
and then the rest of the time it's just gloomy and cold and raining. But,
Gloomy, cold, and rainy.
but we would welcome weather like this,
Uh-huh.
honestly. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna be welcoming some more sun, according to the weather online. We're supposed to have a lot of sun happening next week.
Really?
Yeah. So it's gonna be sunny all week, and it's gonna be, I think, high 70s, low 80s. So it's gonna be sunshine weather again. This is only but a fleeting moment. This weather.
I'll enjoy it while I can.
Yeah. So it'll be good. You know, I mean, I enjoy looking at the weather from the inside of the gym too, when you're in air conditioning and it just looks beautiful outside, but you don't want to be in the heat. So, I mean, as far as the people, how would you say the people are different from Leeds as opposed to San Diego?
The people here are definitely a lot more friendlier.
Oh,
I'm not
really?
saying we're unfriendly people,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not as conversational as people here. I would
Really?
say. Yeah, especially like just striking up random conversations with people is a lot more casual here than in England, in my experience anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it does happen, but you know, we're not just all extroverted people.
Yeah.
I mean, introverted people. But here, definitely, more people are more outgoing.
Uh-huh.
You're more likely to talk to a random person here,
Uh-huh.
and just meet. I think meeting people here is probably a little bit easier
Uh-huh.
compared to England. New people, anyway.
Is it? You would say it's just like, I guess, a very
Very
social
social.
difference.
Yeah. People are a lot more sociable here. I feel like maybe it's the weather in England. Everyone's just depressing at times.
Oh man, if you put it that way, jeez.
But American people are more outgoing, more easy. Sometimes me kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
They're a lot more theatrical
Really?
is the word, I think, as well.
Theatrical? You mean like over dramatic or?
No, just the way they speak is like super intense. Can be like intense sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I don't know. Like I don't know, people can be really excited about things sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like I don't know where you get all this energy from.
My bad. No, just joking. I'm joking. I think I get my energy from the coffee that I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
boy.
good thing. It's a good thing. It's just it definitely took me by surprise at 1st.
Yeah. I guess more getting used to.
Yeah.
Got it.
I definitely had to brush up on my conversation skills.
Oh no, I think you're doing just fine. So since you're living in San Diego and you've been here for about 5 years, have you seen anything that you might have found to be very, very different or just flat out weird to you? You know, as when comparing, like I guess cultural norms, customs, things. And,
Off the top, like I remember the first thing that I thought was like not weird, but I was just like, what? Why? It was like when I got home and I seen all these flagpoles
oh yeah.
in people's front yards. I was like, why? Why do you guys have flagpoles?
Wait, over here or?
Yeah, over here,
Okay.
because we don't do that at all.
Wow.
That took me by surprise.
Uh huh.
I guess if you're patriotic, good for you.
Yeah.
We don't really do that,
Yeah.
I guess. What else?
Yeah, I would say like the flag thing. It's probably because we're actually next to a military base. That's why.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that's what I'm thinking. You know, we got some patriotism over here.
Yeah.
Just because of our location.
And also, like, you guys are really into sports.
Ah.
Like, we're into, like, soccer and everything.
Uh-huh.
We're really into it, but, like, I mean, like, high school and college
Uh-huh.
sports you guys are really into. Well, a lot of people are into, like,
But you know what's funny? I can spend $6.
I remember in high school,
Yeah.
I played soccer.
Uh-huh.
It would be an after-school thing. The teachers who would run it were volunteers.
Mhm.
We had, like, no one would come to watch because it wasn't about that. It was just about wanting to play.
Yeah. Playing the sport.
No, so parents wouldn't even be there most of the time.
Mhm.
But like here, like, it's a big deal. Like, everyone comes to watch. You have these super, like, you have these super expensive, like, fields and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. I guess people are really into it.
Okay.
But,
Got it.
For us, it's not really like that.
Yeah, I think it could just be a cultural thing, just
Yeah.
because, let's see here. I guess it's that sense of competitiveness.
Yeah, and you guys, like, have those pep rallies and stuff, and then
Oh,
you
boy,
guys
yeah.
get super, like, into it, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is what I mean, like, by you guys, like, theatrical.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It was just like, whoa,
Extra energy, man.
what is happening? And like, you have your graduation ceremonies at high school, which I
Uh-huh.
think is cool. I went to my sister's because I didn't go to high school.
Did they not have that in England?
No, we just came. After we finished high school,
Yeah.
the only time we came back was to receive our grades
Uh-huh.
for our exams. But there was no, like, ceremony or anything. It was like you came, you
Really?
pick them up, you know, everyone discusses it, you know, everyone's like,
Yeah.
oh, hi, how you been? And that's it. But, like, obviously here, you guys have a big ceremony. There's speeches.
Wow.
There's,
I thought that was normal.
and then I remember going to my sister's, and that shit lasted so long.
Yeah.
And I was getting kind of pissed off. You know?
You're just like, I just want her to get her diploma
They said
already.
every single person's
Get over it.
name. It's like, oh my god, this is gonna last hours. But I guess it's kind of cool. It's a good feeling if you experience it. But yeah, we don't really do anything like that.
Yeah, wow.
Again, like, you guys are, I don't know, passionate people.
Yeah, I would definitely say that, yeah, we do have a lot of people that I know personally, very passionate people. A lot of energy when they're, I guess, doing stuff.
Yeah, that's why I appreciate that about America in general. You guys, like, really put in a lot of effort to what I or some other people might consider, like, just not minor things, but
Yeah.
we wouldn't go to the lengths you guys do for some things. But you know, it's a good thing.
Yeah. I would describe that as, you might have heard this term, being extra.
Being extra. Yeah.
You know, extra sugar on top with a cherry, caramel drizzle, and everything. The complete package with even more. But wait, there's more. You know, speaking of which, I know that some of our food, I would say, is the portion sizes are a lot bigger than
Oh
a lot
my
of other
God, yeah.
countries. So when
I
I,
gained
say
so
extra,
much. Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
When I first moved in, that was kind of a bad period of my life. I gained so much weight. I was like, obviously, the portions are bigger. There was all these new foods that I'd never had before, Mexican food.
Oh, really?
Especially.
Like, what new foods have you tried?
All right, so I remember the first meal I ever had here when I moved here. On the way home from the airport was Taco Bell.
Uh-huh.
I thought Taco Bell was the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, really?
I've now learned that it's kind of the worst. Because I'd never had Mexican food, so I didn't know
Yeah,
what was good or
yeah.
wasn't bad.
I mean, it's not bad, especially like when it's, you know, super late at night and you just want something oily and hot.
Yeah. But yeah, so I was being introduced to all these new foods. Obviously,
Yeah.
the portions are huge.
Oh yeah.
So I ended up gaining, I don't know how much. I used to be like a really, really skinny guy. And then after about a year, I don't know, it felt like I doubled in size.
Supersized.
So,
That's what we like to say
Yeah.
over here. Supersize me.
and yeah, you guys like have a really big sort of like food culture, I guess. Like you guys, when you guys like socialize and stuff, it's a lot of like, oh, do you want to go out to dinner?
Oh,
And it's a
yeah.
lot more normal here to just eat fast food more regularly, I guess, or eat out more regularly than I was used to.
Oh,
Like
okay.
for us, it'd be maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Even just fast food, not eating out. But here it's like, oh, I'll grab some food after work,
Yeah.
or I know a lot of people that eat out at least like once a day.
Dang.
Yeah, just because I guess they're just too tired from work or whatever.
Could
But,
be.
Yeah. So you guys definitely eat out a lot more than I was used to when I moved here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess for us, the opposite side is we drink more than you guys. I think our culture
Yeah.
socially is more drinking socially, and you guys eat more socially. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It does. I would have to say definitely food is a big deal to us.
Yeah.
It's one of the I like to describe it as a shared experience that okay, well, you're enjoying good food with good company and you're just having a good time. But that doesn't mean that we don't have drinks too. I mean, I don't say that, we don't drink heavy over here, but I'm sure you guys do.
Yeah, a
more.
lot of like people in England just have like a pint or two after work pretty much every day.
Dang.
Especially like the working class, working men.
Yeah.
Who I know it's just sort of it's just how we grew up, kind of, I guess.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like meeting up with your friends at the pub after work.
And just
just having a couple of
getting the
drinks,
yeah. So what's the drinking age in England?
18, but like pretty much everyone's at least had their first drink by 15, I reckon. I know I had my first drink when I was 10,
Dang, man.
and I wasn't the first time I was drunk 12, and that was like on a park bench somewhere
Oh my
with
gosh.
my boys. I don't know.
With the boys, man.
And the first time I got served in a pub was 15.
Dang, dude.
It's just it's very different over there.
Yeah, wow. We're pretty, I would say we're kind of strict over here.
Yeah, they ID everyone. Even if you look
Yeah.
over 21, they ID you in most places.
Yes, yes.
But in England, it's more like if you. I know some places the rule is check 21. If you look 21, if you look under 21, they'll probably check you. But if you look
Yeah.
over 21, they don't check you. But some pubs are just like they don't really care. Especially if you're local.
Yeah.
Like obviously there's pubs on like every street corner.
Wow.
So they're all regulars who go there most of the time. So if they know you, they probably don't really care.
Yeah.
They'll just serve you anywhere.
It's just like, oh, it's a customer.
Yeah. I mean, there's too many pubs to check. For,
Yeah.
like the law to check it, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I guess the way that I'm starting to, perceive it, it's just the culture.
Yeah.
It's
culture.
very ingrained into the culture.
Yeah.
Drinking.
I know that when we were teenagers, we'd go to the park and drink.
Really, like
Yeah,
open,
Friday
open
nights.
drinking.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. But obviously in the
public.
park. Yeah. But even when you got caught by the police, most of the time they would just take your drinks away. They wouldn't even take you home or anything, unless you were like really drunk.
Yeah. Wow.
But like I know here, like it's more serious, I guess.
Yeah, you can get in trouble over here.
Yeah.
Maybe they just they see that you guys are more responsible.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For us, it's just a slap on the wrist, really.
Yeah. Tisk tisk. No,
Yeah.
you need to drink. You need to drink at home.
It's just expected, honestly.
It's expected.
Yeah.
Wow. Got it. That's really really interesting to know. As far as drinking as the culture, because I mean, like, I know for our location in San Diego, especially being on Mar, we do have a lot of breweries around here.
Yeah.
But what I've been told is that you have to look at like 35 in order to not get carded.
Really?
Yeah, and same thing with cigarettes too. I mean, even though I think, is it 18 or 21? I don't remember as far as the
I think
age for purchasing.
It just changed recently to 21.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
It was
I'm
18 when I
too.
first moved here.
Yeah. No, because I mean, when I turned 18, the first thing I did was buy a cigar.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, Okay, well, what do you do when you're 18? Now you're a legal adult, and you can buy a pack of cigarettes.
True.
So I mean, what else? Where's the novelty of being 18?
Yeah, well, I don't even know what else you can do here at 18.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can get your license at 16.
I know ours is 17. I know
Mhm.
that's one difference.
Yeah,
The driving test is a lot easier here.
yeah.
Ours is a lot more rigorous.
Mhm.
You have to drive stick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because we have separate licenses for
Oh.
and manual.
Yeah. See, I took my driving test using an automatic car.
Yeah. Because I know if you can do either and get your license and
Uh-huh.
still drive both here. But if you do
Yeah.
your test in England in an automatic, you're only licensed to drive an automatic.
Mhm.
So if you want to be licensed to drive a stick, you have to do it in a stick.
Wow. Are there a lot of do a lot of people drive stick in?
Yeah,
England?
it's more normal to drive a stick in England.
More normal.
Yeah.
Wow.
You would rarely see an automatic.
Wow.
In England. I've only seen a couple in my life. Usually taxis. But yeah, everyone drives a stick.
And
don't know-
on the
I
left
don't know
side
why.
of the road too, right?
Yeah, on the left side and the driving wheel's on the right side of the car.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Uh huh.
You guys drive. I don't know why it's normal to drive automatic here. And sticks in England. I don't know if it's always been like that.
Let's see here. As far as what I can think of, I mean, most of the people I know drive automatic,
Yeah.
and driving on the right side of the road, that's just something that I've always known. So for me, it's a totally normal thing. You know, I almost feel like driving stick is a lost art over here.
Yeah. I just did.
Or
Have the
it's
cars
very
always
rare.
been automatic for here?
Uh-huh.
Obviously, I can imagine there were sticks at first when cars were first introduced.
Yes. Yes.
They were probably stick. I've always been curious, when did the transition to automatic become the norm here? And why haven't we adopted that too?
You know, I couldn't tell you. I have a feeling it's probably a technology thing.
Yeah. Maybe you guys are just more advanced than us.
I don't
You
know
are,
about that.
further ahead. We're just too stubborn and stuck in our old ways.
Oh, maybe. Well, I mean, I've definitely seen. Have you ever heard of one of those self-driving cars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that was actually developed in America. I think it was it Sweden or Denmark?
really?
Something like that. I think I was reading something about the self-driving car, and then I know that Asia, especially in Japan, their technology's just, I don't know, worlds ahead of us too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're paying for things just with a tap of their phone.
Oh yeah, it's like a totally
I mean,
different world
it's
over there.
crazy. Yeah, and just their toilets alone. You know, you've seen those, right?
No. Oh, they have like the fancy buttons and stuff. I don't know what half the stuff. I just know that water can spring out of them.
Yeah, I think it's like it's called a bidet.
Yeah,
right?
bidet.
So
A
you're
built-in
getting your
bidet.
butt sprayed with water. You can play music. The toilet seat warms up and it cools down or something
sounds nice,
like that
actually.
too. And I don't know, it sounds like a party already. But geez, talk about advanced and hygienic, right?
I don't know.
So I mean, supposedly, it's supposed to be very. I guess it's a lot cleaner, more. You're not using paper. You know, you're not like cutting down trees to go and
Wait,
wipe
they don't,
your butt.
They don't wipe.
Yeah, they just use. They have a thing that sprays your butt with water.
I thought they
and
would-
they even have air. You know,
I
blowing.
thought they would do both.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. Isn't it weird?
That sounds weird to me. Yeah.
It sounds weird, but it's like
It's
it's kind
normal.
of interesting and it's kind of cool, you know. It's because otherwise it's kind of like
Yeah, maybe
it's-
we're doing it wrong.
yeah, maybe we're behind.
Yeah.
We're like cavemen compared to them.
Yeah.
No, but like it's funny because the way that I kind of like just imagine in my head as just I think of it as a foreign idea. You know, I mean, when you wash your hands, and then you see the air dryers. You know, I mean, you put your hands under the sink. The sink, of course, you know, puts the water out. The automatic ones. You're soaping yourself, and then you put your hands under an air dryer.
if you think about it, if you had dirty hands,
Yeah.
would you just wipe that with tissue?
Would you?
And then you'd be fine? No, you would at least rinse them.
Yeah, you would rinse them and possibly soap them. Some people soap them, some people don't. If they're just
Exactly.
like, if they're too lazy, I don't know. Just for the record, I do soap my hands.
I do, yeah, too.
So, but when you think about it too, it's kind of like the same thing with these toilets. You know, you're getting your butt sprayed, and then they have like a dryer. You know, instead of having, you know, wiping yourself with toilet paper. I mean, I guess it's in some places they still have it, but they actually have it where the toilet will dry your butt. It'll dry it for you. Isn't that crazy? It's
That
like
is weird.
mind blowing for me.
Yeah, that's too. I don't know.
That's technology,
It's
man.
technology, but it's kind of scary where we're headed.
Scary, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. If it was like the Jetsons or something, like a hand would. Have you heard of the Jetsons?
Yeah.
Yeah, how they're all spacey and stuff. You just imagine some mechanical hand popping out of the toilet with tissue or, you know, the toilet paper and wiping your butt for you.
Oh my god. Where has this conversation gone?
It's gone to shit. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I love my puns. Gotta go and sprinkle them into the
Oh my
podcast. Oh my goodness. So aside from like the food, I guess just and food sizes, and I guess I just kind of lost my train of thought. Oh, have you seen anything that you immediately thought, wow, this is very American?
I remember my first 4th of July parade experience.
Oh, that's definitely
I was like,
American.
oh my god, what is happening right now?
Tell us about it.
I just remember, like, I don't know, my dad gets really into it. He's like super into being like assimilated in America.
Oh, yeah?
So he likes to go to the parades every year.
Oh yeah, wow.
And obviously they'd done it like 5 times before I experienced my first one. So
Mm-hmm.
we got there. He was just here.
Okay,
Right.
yeah, right over here at the school.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember there's like the soldiers, there's like veterans, and there's like I don't know. There's just so much pride and like everyone's so happy and it's just like at first I didn't understand what people were celebrating,
Uh-huh.
but then, you know, over time I kind of understand. But there's definitely something I didn't expect, and but I was like, wow, this is super American. Like, this is what you expect on like TV.
Really?
It's it's kind of surreal, really.
Dang, man.
It was kind of cool. It was cool.
Yeah, wow. See?
And everyone's all the spectators are super into it too.
Uh-huh.
Like, woo, like cheering. I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I cheering right now?
Because the fireworks are pretty.
There wasn't even fireworks at the time. It was just kids coming past. There's
Oh, that's what you're talking about. The parade.
the parade. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got into it. It was fun.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
lasted a while.
Definitely a lot of culture where we are.
Yeah.
It's funny because when you mentioned pride, one of the first things that came up in my head was in San Diego we actually have Pride Parade, or Pride Day or something. There's like a Pride Parade that happens down south in the Hillcrest area.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about like patriotic pride. I'm talking about gay pride.
Oh yeah, we have that too.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely a big deal in England
Mhm.
because especially like I think we have like a big gay culture. Not
Uh-huh.
big, but there's a lot of like gay people in
Mhm.
our city. It's like the 3rd biggest city in England. So.
Wow.
And so like we have like this one street that's just all gay bars and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have I know there's pride parades and stuff down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been to the one here.
Yeah. That's
I
gonna
went
be
to,
Hillcrest.
I went to the one in Leeds
Mhm.
once with my friend. I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I
I mean,
wonder-
it's a part of the culture too over here.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just what I was thinking too. Like, how was it? You know, if you haven't been to the one here, I can't exactly ask you.
I feel like
you know,
that'd be
what's-
so much more extra than the one I went to in England. I can't even imagine.
Maybe, definitely. I'm starting to imagine too. I haven't exactly. I've been to Hillcrest. You know, where the street has like a rainbow design on it. You know,
Mhm.
there's rainbow flags all over the place too. You know, I mean, at first I thought I wasn't sure when I was first learning about Hillcrest. I didn't know it was actually a gay community
Yeah.
until someone actually like told me, yeah, well, hence the rainbows. But I don't know. I was a lot younger then. So I mean, hey, we're learning. That's the thing. We are constantly learning about it.
Yeah.
I was just wondering also, like with your accent, this comes back to it. With your accent, how do people normally react when they, I guess, you know, learn that you're from England?
First reactions are usually, can you repeat that? What did you say?
Oh yeah.
Well, and then obviously, because we knew people, I think they don't really expect my accent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good conversation starter for people. But yeah, they usually ask me, you know, where I'm from, where's
Yeah.
my accent from,
Uh huh.
because I don't think people recognize that it's British at first, just because it's not what they expect from a British accent.
Yeah.
And I don't know, some people are really excited for some reason.
I think it's just because it's different, so they almost see it as like exotic or something.
Yeah.
Very exciting, and maybe we think James Bond. You know,
Maybe.
like if you're like, my name's Bond,
I was
James
thinking
Bond.
more like Harry Potter.
Or Harry Potter, exactly.
I don't know.
You know, it's a pretty big deal here.
Sometimes I feel like I have to meet these expectations for a British person.
Really?
Yeah. Just because, yeah.
Got to know everything about Harry Potter. You got to drink tea
God,
every day
yeah.
in the afternoon.
Do you eat crumpets?
Crumpets.
I feel like I have to meet the stereotype sometimes.
Wow. Do you eat crumpets?
I do. Well, not anymore. I do like crumpets though.
Do you drink a lot of tea?
I do drink a lot of tea. More tea than you would like to know.
Uh-huh.
I used to drink like 6 cups of tea a day.
Dang.
Yeah.
That is a lot of tea. We do drink a lot of coffee over here.
You guys drink a lot of coffee.
You know? I mean, so coffee is a big part of American culture.
I mean, that's why
would
you
say.
guys are so energized and so
Probably.
going.
It's the coffee, I tell you.
Mhm.
America runs on coffee. Were you guys expecting to say America runs on Dunkin'?
Dunkin'.
No, that's a Dunkin' Donuts motto.
Mhm.
So that's kind of funny. Donuts and coffee.
See, I don't understand these references.
No, it's fine. It's just it's an American motto from Dunkin' Donuts.
Hmm.
Just kind of like how Carl's Jr., the burger place right over here. Do you know the motto for that one?
No.
So it goes like this, because the portions are on the bigger side. It goes like this: if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
What? So they're
Isn't that
so they're
nuts?
proud about their messy food. That would,
It's more like it's so big that it falls apart sometimes.
why would that be desirable? Why is that appealing?
No, I don't know. We like to eat a lot. I guess the way that I would interpret it, you know, I could be wrong, but the way I interpret it, it's more like there's so much stuff that you get, I guess, as far as value.
Okay,
You
yeah.
get more value in quantity,
That makes
and
sense.
I guess that's what they want to market.
Mhm.
I would imagine so. You know, you pay X amount of dollars, you get more than what you're paying for in value because you get more in quantity, but it's so much that it starts falling apart and it could get messy.
True.
That's just my interpretation of the quote.
If that's what you're into, if that's what appeals to you, then go. You know,
Hey
good
man,
for
I
you.
mean, we love to eat over here.
True.
No, we're like an eating culture. Hey, I was out wondering about this. If you were to imitate, I guess, an American accent,
Oh, no.
or a California accent, because I mean, I know that from some people that I've talked to before who are from other places that, you know, aside from San Diego, a lot of people are under the impression that everybody over here has a beach tan and goes
Yeah.
to the beach and knows how to surf, and everybody's saying, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah.
How would you imitate I guess, a San Diegan or someone over here in,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, Baja California?
Hopefully, I don't offend anyone.
No, it's fine.
But like what I was expecting was like the surfer dude accent. So I was like, yeah, dude, let's go down to the beach. You know, so like, shred the gnar, dude.
Shred the nard.
That's what I was expecting of verse.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, but no, it's not like that. But that's what I was expecting. So that was the accent.
Yeah.
That's usually the accent I go to when I'm imitating Americans.
Oh, that's a good one. See, I know that some people, when I was growing up back in elementary school, some people would say, dude, that was radical.
Dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
that was
bro.
so sick, man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's how I talk.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, hey, what's happening, man?
Yeah.
Or what's up, bro? Dude, that was the coolest thing. Or if you just did something that was, I guess, really impressive, we would go, dude.
This is so American.
So American or so Californian.
Yeah.
Or if you've ever heard of the Valley Girl accent.
Oh no. Yeah, I was expecting that. I do experience that a lot, especially at college.
Yeah. So like,
And-
oh my god, I
Oh
want
my
to
God.
go get a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
I think that's just like a white girl accent over here.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice everything. Get candles all around your house. Pumpkin spice. Smells like fall. Smells like a Michael's store in here.
Oh my god.
Oh man. But if someone was like trying to have a British accent and they're like, I don't know, let's say if I imitated, I guess, my perception of a British accent, like, greetings, my name's Harry Potter. I'm from England, and I like to drink tea in the afternoon, and I like to learn magic.
Oh my god.
I mean, what's your take on my, I
It
guess,
was like
my
half
accent?
decent. It was okay.
It was okay?
It was expected. Yeah, a lot of people imitate like the posh English accent. That's the more expected accent, isn't it? Like, oh hello,
Oh, hello. Yeah.
Let's go drink
Hello.
tea.
What do you want? A spot of tea?
spot of tea. Let's brunch.
Over here, it's more like, hey, girlfriend, want to go get some brunch? Let's go get some mimosas. I'm
What
kidding.
is a mimosa?
Huh?
What is a mimosa?
It's like juice and alcohol.
Oh,
You
So
know,
it's like
but
a
people,
cocktail.
it's like a cocktail in the morning. People like to do brunch and mimosas, but that's like if you're really, really fancy.
hmm
That's like Del Mar for us. That's where the rich people are. You didn't hear it from me. But Del Mar is really nice. Del Mar is really, really cool.
it is nice.
So one of these days you should definitely go and check it out. Same thing with Coronado.
I've been to
Yeah.
the Del Mar Fair.
Oh yeah?
That was insane. Speaking of food, I had like that.
Oh,
I had like
boy.
a triple. I think it was triple or a quadruple burger
Yeah?
with like glazed donuts for buns and like cheese all over.
Oh yeah.
That was super American to me. I was
Oh, yeah.
so surprised. But like, and I was looking at other people's food. There was like deep fried everything. I don't know half the stuff, but and there was like huge turkey legs. That's like a common thing at like fairs and stuff, isn't it? Like turkey legs.
Over here, I know, like, that's actually one of my favorite things when I go over to the fair.
Those things are huge.
Oh, they're delicious.
They look delicious, but I don't think I could finish one.
Nah, you totally could, man. You totally could. I mean, there are a lot of bones in that. A lot of bones. But I know, like, something that's really good. Have you tried this? Turkey leg wrapped in bacon.
No.
That's what we got over here.
I feel like the goal is for some places here in America is just to be as unhealthy as possible for some of these foods. The more unhealthy, the more appealing.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a novelty, I guess.
A novelty.
Yeah. Obviously, it's not an everyday thing,
Yeah. Well, from what
but it's
some,
definitely some people are impressed by it.
I guess so.
It is
Yeah.
impressive. Some of the things people come up with.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, when I think about it, I mean, I've had a chicken sandwich with, with donuts as buns too. When you mentioned it, or deep fried ice cream.
Deep fried ice cream.
Deep fried ice cream. It sounds really, really
I just
weird.
don't understand how that's possible.
Yeah, it sounds strange, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But they actually, it's where you have ice cream, you cover it up with, I guess some sort of like flakes or batter, and then you deep fry that, and you do it so quick that the outside cooks, but the inside still stays cold. But it is kind of melty on the outside, but you still got a cold center. It's so weird. It's weird to think about, but I mean, hey, we got our fried chicken. If you ever gone to the Del Mar Fair and had the deep fried Kool-Aid, deep fried Coke. Yeah,
How's that even possible?
exactly. That sounds really strange.
How do you deep fry a drink?
From what I've tried, I think it's just where you have, batter with the flavor of
Oh, okay.
that
I thought it was
particular
like,
profile.
yeah. I thought it was like just fried batter with like liquid inside.
Yeah. Have you tried deep fried butter?
What? No. That sounds deadly.
It sounds deadly, man. But even at the Del Mar Fair, they had something that was called the Coronary Corner,
What?
and where everything was deep fried, and they have like an ambulance right
Should be
next
illegal.
door. It's so American, it's illegal.
Would you eat a stick of butter on its own? But it's like, oh, it's deep fried, it's okay. Which makes it worse.
You just feel your arteries harden.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. See, when you mention it, food is definitely a big part of
Yeah.
the culture. That's so funny.
You definitely need you need to what's the word? I don't know the word.
I don't know. Ready your appetite.
No, you need to like
get ready to
you need
hold back on the food.
yeah, you need to like sometimes just stop and think, okay, I need to chill out. Oh, you need willpower.
Man.
You need willpower sometimes.
Yeah. No, it's just funny because I wanted to go and like talk mainly about what it was like being a foreign student over, I guess in San Diego. But it's kind of turned into what it's like being British in America.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine.
It's kind of included.
Yeah,
I
it
guess.
is included.
Like
yeah.
school is school. The difference is school
Mhm.
here, because I did go to uni in England.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot harder here.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the education here is a lot more rigorous.
Oh, that's not good to know.
Yeah, it's hard. Expensive
Yeah.
for one.
Really
Luckily
expensive.
for me, I'm not technically I'm not an international student.
Oh.
So I don't pay international fees.
Oh, nice.
So I got lucky there. But yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
The classes are definitely harder. There's more expected of you in the classes. A lot of work to do,
Yeah.
which I wasn't. That definitely took some getting used to. Luckily, I started at community college
Yeah.
and transferred, so I started way into it.
Yeah, you do save money that way too.
Yeah, I did.
You
I
do
saved
save a lot of money.
Like I have no debts right now.
Nice. That's the dream.
Yeah.
That's a dream for a lot of us that over here. We go to college, work 2 jobs at times, sometimes 3, and man, we are still in debt.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous,
This was my
man.
biggest fear, like going to college. But yeah, I got no debts,
Mhm.
and that was part of the reason why I moved here in the first place.
Yeah.
Was so I could afford to go to school
Yeah.
and not have to work full time.
Mhm.
I work part time,
Yeah.
but yeah, the main reason I left uni in the first place in England was because I couldn't afford to pay bills and
Mhm.
go to uni at the same time.
No, that makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Moving on though, what's your favorite thing about living abroad or being in San Diego?
With the weather, now that I've gotten used to the weather, obviously.
5 years of getting used to, man.
Yeah, it's always nice to not like. I guess the nicest thing is getting up in the morning and not be freezing. Like I'd get up early in the morning in England, and it would just be like torture. Especially getting out of the shower,
Yeah.
because obviously that's when you're the coldest.
Yeah, I mean you're not wearing clothes and you're wet.
Yeah. In England, I'd just sit in my towel and just like prepare myself, like, 'cause I'd just be freezing.
Mhm.
But you don't get that here. You know, you wake up, you can walk to the bathroom naked if you want to be fine.
Oh, dang.
It doesn't rain as much, you don't have to worry about that. Everyone's really nice. That's the biggest thing. Everyone's really nice.
Right
and
on, man.
just the little things like customer service,
Mhm.
just striking up conversations with people is
Yeah.
more. Yeah, it's a lot more easier.
Cool. That's really neat. That's what we like to hear.
Everyone's so happy.
I think it has something to do with good weather and coffee.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, that's just, I don't know. I could be wrong, but weather will make a difference.
Hmm.
I put it that way. You know, if it's cloudy, sometimes it brings your mood down a little bit. When it's sunny, sometimes you feel a little bit energetic. You know, you sprinkle some coffee in there. Now you got some energy on top of more energy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just my idea of it. Bonus question: what do you like to do in your free time, and why is this particularly important to you?
My free time?
Yeah.
See, now, especially now, I don't have as much free time
Mhm.
because college is so freaking hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like working out a lot, so I met you.
Gym's an awesome place.
Yeah, a lot of the time I'm working out socially.
Hmm.
I eat out a lot, obviously. I
Yeah.
sort of assimilated into that.
Into the food culture.
Yeah. I do like playing soccer. I haven't had much time to do that recently, but
Mhm.
I do like try and hold on to my old habits back in England, so
Yeah.
soccer and stuff. I don't drink as much as I used to, definitely.
Oh boy.
Which is obviously,
Mhm.
that's not a bad thing. But yeah, I still try and hold on to my old hobbies like soccer.
Yeah. I definitely say that's important too. To I guess remember where you're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Definitely. All right. Well, that is everything that I have on my end. And all the questions that I have.
Yeah.
I've definitely learned a lot today about, the differences in our culture. And that's really, really cool. And the way I like to see it too, I mean, life is all about learning. And, getting in touch with other people and learning about their cultures definitely will make you a better person and broaden your perception and your horizons about the world. Isn't that right?
Definitely.
So that's everything on my end. Leo, do you have any final thoughts or anything that you want to say to our listeners?
If you're thinking of moving abroad,
Mm-hmm.
it can be really scary.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you just have to make that leap and just do it, and it'll probably work out.
Yeah, or if you fall, you got to pick yourself back up again
Yeah.
and just keep going.
Just try new things.
Definitely. I like
Get
that.
out there, travel.
Perfect. Alrighty, so that is everything. Again, this is your host Gabe, and this is Casual Coffee Talk. If you have any questions about anything whatsoever, we will have some links below. But other than that, we will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for being on the show,
Thank
Leo.
you for having me.
Thank you.